Now it's the starting event.
Okay, yeah. Okay, now we're live. So let's see. Simon showing up. Good morning. Morning, everybody. Still some participants registering, so we will wait for a minute or so. Okay, I hope you can hear us clear. Maybe 1 minute to go. I see that there are some coming. Okay, so good morning, everybody. Welcome to our webinar. This webinar is brought to you jointly by Aerovit and EUtech, and we want to show you how to explore how we can explore to increase plant process performance. We all know that you are involved in the daily struggle of keeping your asset in a good shape, keeping your heat efficiency high, we want to share with you our experience in supporting our customers to install techniques, processes, and diagnostics and cleaning devices to keep your system, your furnace running. Regardless of kind of fuel, regardless of size, what we like to share with you is our experience, which we gathered over the years. Why we do this together? My name is Michael Haug. I'm the managing director of EUtech. EUtech is in the business over 20 years right now. We are developing diagnostics and optimization tools to monitor, to analyze combustion process, and to optimize the process. We do this service by looking into data, but also developing dedicated and specific diagnostic tools. And with me is Søren Jørgensen from Aerovit. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Glad to see so many people joining. I'm the managing director of Aerovit, and we've been in the markets for more than 30 years now, focusing only on keeping the boilers clean. We have boiler cleaning solutions with pressurized air, where we send shock waves into fire tube boilers or catalysts, economizers. We can also supply steam soup blowers for the larger boilers, for the superheaters. But also what we're going to talk a little bit more into today is the shower cleaning for the empty passes on different kinds of fuel. Can be waste energy, can be biomass, coil, and etc. And then we strive always to have a very high service and a good quality.
Well, why do we present this together? Aerovit and EUtech are both independent working engineering companies dedicated to the plant operation, improvement of plant operation over many years. And we experienced that you have shown strong efforts to keep your assets in a good shape, high efficiency, producing power whenever it's needed, and keep your boiler in a good condition. But on a daily basis, you are struggling adverse conditions resulting into from the combustion of either it's fossil or biomass or waste. And you all have in common that there is a lack in instrumentation. The furnace is a black box. You have an input which in many cases you have no influence on. You have to take this fuel and have to fire it, and in the end you have to make the best out of it and keep everything running, and you have only small indications about what's going on inside. So what we would like to share with you today is our experience, how you can move on, install a strategy, how to improve on a daily basis. And we want to keep this simple and smart. So if we look into a little bit more into details in the challenges of the combustion and optimization potentials, you face a lot of issues and pains. And it starts with the fuel, fluctuating heating value, humidity changes, the quality changes, and these and often it's imbalance. So you not have a homogeneous distribution. You don't have a good mixing between fuel and air, and it ends up in problems with unburned fuel, imbalances in temperature, and in consequence also in of course emission problems. And you face with imbalanced temperature hotspots close to the walls, high CO concentrations causing high temperature corrosion, exceeding temperatures because you are facing temperatures above ash melting point, which results in sooting, fouling of your heat exchangers, and these heat exchangers, you'll face a drop in heat transfer efficiency, in the efficiency, overall efficiency, but also it endangers your process because the soot or the deposits on the surfaces might damage your furnace as well. So there are a lot of issues, and most of these issues they shown in slagging, and we like to show you how you can improve this process by keeping your boiler clean. How can you do this? How can you maintain your boiler in a good shape? First of all, of course, this is a process which can happen with a very high speed in terms of you're running in a good shape, but something is going wrong and you don't know what is. So you need to monitor the situation, and you have to make a kind of a root cause analysis, bring together data and analyze the severeness of the current situation. And if you know how severe the situation is, and this is not a global number, it's locally, so you have different spots, region of interest in your furnace, where it might be more and others are less, and some areas are you're still clean and good. So have to know where, and you have to know the right time when to act. And when to act, you have to bring your assets, your cleaning devices in an optimal position with the optimal parameters, and then doing it and cleaning it at the right location is absolutely essential. And it's very important to do it in the right manner, because if you do it with clean surfaces on a regular basis, you might end up with thermal shock, with high maintenance costs, because you have to exchange heat exchanger pipes. If you do it too late, you might insulate the by freezing the deposit on the surface, and it decrease the heat efficiency the transfer of the heat to the pipes, and you shift your whole thermal balance towards the economizer, which ends up in poor steam quality and low efficiency. So doing the right thing at the right time is very essential. And this circle indicates that you have to install or bring your assets or your equipment in the right manner and the right timing. And what we do is we apply camera systems or one system, and this monitors the critical area. And the critical area, we do this with fully digital systems, high definition cameras, high resolution. We have very good image. And this is fully digital, meaning no video loss over hundreds of meters and so on. So it's not these images which you know from the parking lots. It's really high definition, and we apply a image processing. We have the full possibility of fully automated image processing to quantify, monitoring certain areas, and make indicators that are critical key indicators that you have an alarm automatically. You're informed that something is going wrong. And by this indicators, you can control and start the cleaning process. And why is it so important? I show you in a video. This is the build-up of a heat exchanger by suiting, and this is a time lapse of 1 hour, and the build-up is more than half a meter. So it's almost 1 meter at the end, and you see how quickly it is happening. And when you look at the image, you can imagine if this falls down uncontrolled, you will damage definitely your furnace bottom, and at the other side, of course, you lower the heat efficiency, the heat transfer efficiency. So what we are doing, actually, we do automated identification of the process. We define regions of interest. We quantify the process. And what we apply is also artificial intelligence to analyze the severeness of the suiting, because it's all, you can see a lot from the surface. If it's already molten, if it's a loose sintered material, which easily can be cleaned up, or you have to do it twice, 3 times in a row, that all you can take from the picture. So the artificial intelligence gives you information that this is clean, this is suited, and this is might be dangerous in the near future. So by this, we can automate initiate the cleaning process and can control the success of the cleaning. But how can you do the cleaning?
Well, this is where we can we have a solution that can help you. The Aerovit SC Jet solution is a shower cleaning solution that is fully automated for cleaning the empty passes after the furnace. You could do it according to temperatures, or you can do it according to a schedule. So you can have everything programmed up front, but sometimes you will have different mix of fuel. You will have different temperatures, and therefore it might be better to adapt the cleaning sequence according to the diagnostics that we've heard Michael talk about earlier. So you either visually see them or have the diagnostics to know exactly where to clean the boiler. So you don't end up cleaning areas that are already clean, but you focus on the areas where you have the fouling on the panel walls. So if you do it correctly, you can actually reduce the flue gas temperature at the radiation outlet with about 60 to 80 Celsius degrees. And therefore you have a better performance boiler, and you don't have the melting particles on your superheater. So basically it ends up with having a more well-performing boiler, but also less stoppage for manual cleanings. Everything is automatic monitored and regulated, such as the water pressure, the position of the cleaning units, and the speeds. So you can segment your boiler into different parts, and then you can have a high speed of the cleaning in areas where you don't want to clean, and then a lower speed where you have more fouling. And again, this can be programmed according to the diagnostics you have from the EUtech monitoring. Again, as I said, you get a higher boiler availability. We have customers running a full year without any stoppage. But also, if you implement it in a new boiler, you will have a minimum number of inlets in the boiler roof due to the range of the water jets from the SC jet nozzle head. It sprays the water more than 5 meters in each direction. And again, it's the droplets. When it hits the surface, it expands into vapor. This expansion of is about 1,700 times when it goes from solid to fluid to vapor, and it's this explosion that rips off the fouling on the membrane walls. But again, ours is designed to have a minimum amount of water into the furnace. Again, because water is necessary for cleaning the membrane walls like this, but you don't want to have too much of the water, because you'll have it ending up in the bottom of the boiler and can make formations that will clog the boiler in the bottom. So again, needs to be controlled. But this you'll also see in the video that I'll show you now, that we're actually just hitting like 30 to 40 centimeters of the membrane wall is where it hit, and it instantly turns into vapor. So this is the SC jets that is now going automatically to position number 3, and then goes into the inlet, and the gate valve is now open when the sensor is recognizing the nozzle head in the inlet. And then the boiler drum is micro compensating so it always goes down with the straight hose into the inlet. Now, if we look from inside the boiler, where you see the jet is going into the boiler, and here, as I was talking about, you see it turns into vapor instantly, so you don't have the water running down the walls. And everything can be programmed, how far you want to go down, how fast you want to go, the exact amount of flow in the water, and so on. So when it goes back up, it goes, of course, with the same programmed sequence all the way up again. And as you can see, when it's coming out of the furnace here, you see still running small amount of water, because we need to keep the nozzle head cool all the time, because it's going into this harsh environment. But it's the medium is for cooling is the water that is also the cleaning medium. Then it goes back up and goes back into park position, and is then again ready for the next hole you want to clean. Well, as you saw, the Aerovit nozzle head, you can actually get it so it operates in either clockwise or counterclockwise. This is a way to minimize the small shadow effects you can get on the membrane walls. When the water is hitting the surface with a clockwise, you'll have a small shadow effect on the other side. So then after 3 to 4 weeks, you can switch between the two heads, and then you start operating with the counterclockwise, and therefore you'll minimize the shadow effects you have on the membrane walls, and therefore you'll have a better cleaning of the panel walls. Again, with the SC Jet solution, you have very low maintenance costs, as the nozzle head is made almost 100% of stainless steel, and it when it's been wear and tear for like half a year to a year, it starts to operate slowly and maybe doesn't rotate. Then you can actually just send the nozzle head back to us. Then we will make a full refurbishment of it, and as you see on the pictures, is before and after. You'll actually get an almost brand new valve head back, because we'll be glass blasting it and changing the wear and tear parts inside the turbine, which operates it to rotate. So when it comes back, it's been in our test bench and it's ready for a new half to full year. So this gives, of course, low maintenance costs, so you don't have to throw out nozzles and buy new nozzle sets. Again, when you implement this automatic cleaning solution, you optimize the operation, but also the safety of the personnel. Everything can be operated from your SCADA system, and you don't have to have people standing at high temperatures at the boiler roof, but also you don't have people standing where you can have small, burps from the boiler, that it goes out where people are safe. You can be safe at your control room when operating it. Back to you, Michael, for summary. I need to turn on the mic again, Mike.
Thank you.
There you are.
Didn't want to disturb your speak. Thank you very much. Yeah, quite impressive to see how this system is working and how efficient it is. You already mentioned that it's very important to don't waste water, to be on the spot, and that is quite important to have an equipment which cleans the region which is suited and not cleaning the clean ones. And the identification of the critical areas, that is the important first step. The continuous monitoring, we wanted to show you today, that is very important, because this effect is a slow one, or it can be a very quick one. And you have to react in time, early enough, to avoid any critical situation, to avoid any forced outage. And so on-demand cleaning, that is a strategy to which we want to show you today. And the adaptation and optimization of this cleaning process is possible with this equipment. And we will be happy to discuss your specific issues, either here in the chat or give us a call. You are invited on every level to get in contact with us, either with us or with Aerovit. And what we anyway will provide you is a questionnaire after the webinar where you can indicate your issues, and we'll come back to you. But we have some time left, and please enter your questions. If there are any in the chat, we will directly answer them. So this one is for you.
There's a question saying, hi. So the SC Jet can be applied in different positions of the furnace to clean the outside of the tubes of the boiler system, correct? Yes, you can. If we're talking about a new boiler, we will make the full design of the positioning of the inlets So you have the minimum amount of inlets, but again, the sufficient amount to keep the boiler clean all the time. So that means that you'll have the full membrane wall will be kept clean by the design that we make for each of the individual boilers. Again, if it's an existing one, there is normally always a positioned some inlets in the boiler roof, and then together we can talk about which one we need to use to keep the boiler clean. I hope that answers your question.
Well, there's another question about the individual adaptation to the automatic identification. Well, there are two sides. We have already an instrumentation software inside where you can define on your own critical areas, and where image processing routines automatically identify the thickness of suiting. And this criteria, you can define a limit, and this limit is connected to a warning and to an alarm. So you have different levels, and this information is fed directly to the DCS system or to your cleaning device. And on the other side, I talked about the artificial intelligence. This is adapted to your specific boiler, but this is done also automatically. So we teach with over time. We take some images for the starting period, and then we teach the system and tell by just looking at the information which is available, what is severe, what is not, and train the artificial intelligence. And then it's done very automatically, and it's improving this algorithm itself. So, and this is connected to both to the cleaning device and to the DCS system for just alarming the operators. So there are some more, sorry.
I can see here that there's a question: how can we use your system in steam boiler with closed fire tube? Closed fire tube, I'm not sure what you mean, if it's closed or it's blocked by fouling, or well, if it's closed by fouling, well, it's always a matter of preventing the fouling to happening. So you have to clean the boiler before you see these blockages. So preventive is always better to clean the boiler preventative. So you, again, as Mr. Haug said, so you don't have buildups that isolates the heating transfer, but also you don't want to clean too often because you don't want to hit the bare steel.
Just to precise, make more precise, there was the question about the alarms, and so this is fully automatic connected. So if we have the information where it's necessary to clean, we give direct information to the cleaning device. If the operators, of course, can enable or disable this process, but usually if it's connected and enabled, then the cleaning device will automatically travel to the critical area and do its procedure according to the defined process parameters. And after the cleaning, we automatically, because we continuously monitoring the situation, we decide whether this cleaning process was successful or not. And then we automatically decide to do it maybe in a second time in a row. And so it's really monitored, and the success is monitored, and it's connected automatically. Just to clarify this.
I see somebody is asking for a full technical catalog and so on. This we will gladly provide you with after this webinar, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. As I earlier mentioned, there's a question regarding the fuels. It's really regardless. We have applied this to any fuel already. Fossil fuels, coal, lignites, biomass, waste, also to some difficult liquid fuels, so to say. So we are experienced in applying this system to any firing system. Yes, of course. There's a question regarding the identification of the slagging of the, I would say, the ash conveying system. Yes, we are monitoring not only the heat exchanger area, monitoring any area with this software and with the camera systems, and we can identify, of course, the clogging of the ash conveying system. That is, we have also applications over there. Yes. Okay. Any else? Any more questions? I hope that our answers were sufficient. If not, please feel free, get in contact to us. We are available. I think you have the contact addresses in your invitation mails. But here are our numbers, our contacts: sales at Aerovit, Denmark DK, and sales at EUtech DE. So very easy to get in contact with us, and we will be happy and answer directly your questions. And we can organize a webinar, whatever is necessary.
Good, but maybe we should wrap it up, Michael, and say thank you for all the participants. It was nice to see so many today.
Yep.
And hope that you got a little bit out of it. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and we will gladly be helping you.
Very good. Okay, perfect.
Perfect.
Thanks a lot. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.